Greetings, collective, and welcome to the last day of 2023. I hope you all have taken some really wonderful lessons. I pray that you all are taking time to really acknowledge the blessings, be in a space of gratitude as we close out this year. I wanted to go ahead and do a read just to see what kind of energies we were looking forward to with this new energy. Now, you all know this is not the natural new year, but in terms of just the matrix, it is a new energy coming in. So we're going to go ahead and look at it. Don't forget that up until tomorrow, the 1st, I'm doing personal readings for the new year on sale for $80. So if you or someone that you know would like to get a reading, just see how some of these energies are going to be working out for you more personally. Maybe you're dealing with something specifically, or maybe you're looking forward to something and you just want a little bit more insight. That would be a wonderful reading for you to gift yourself as you move forward into the new year, or someone else, even if it's just a recommendation. And then whenever you recommend someone and they book their reading, then you get 50% off. So you win twice. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and start with the overview. We have the 6 of coins, the 10 of sticks, and the ace of sticks. So the energy this year really is going to pay off for a lot of people who have been putting in the work. The energies that you all have been creating and moving forward, you're going to see a return this year. I know that a lot of times as we get to the end of the year, everybody's like, oh my God, you're ready to get into the new year. You're ready to leave some of the old energies of the past behind. But with everything that you've experienced over this last year, and I feel over the last 3 years, right? There are things that are going to be coming forward. There are things that are going to be manifesting. Now, with the 6 of coins, this can deal with repaying debts. This can deal with like financial aid and grants and, that give and take where the finances are concerned. This could be charitable kind of thing. It could be receiving something that is due or owed to you, even if we're talking about something like inheritance, and it's not necessarily a debt in the sense of, which you might normally think of. So you have this energy paired with the 10 of sticks. And that 10 of sticks really takes a load off. That 10 of sticks has learned that you can't do everything by yourself, and you're delegating, right? You're saying, okay, this is what's on my plate. I'm going to leave that for you. And then you over here, you're going to get this. And it's going to help for that flow, that energetic flow to keep moving and keep circulating without there being any stagnation, because you're holding on to too much stuff that you're not meant to hold on to. Or whether it's simply because you've gained the wisdom along the way that, or to the point where you are now able to see, even through tricky times, how it is that you need to move forward to be fruitful. And you also understand the kind of discipline and determination that it takes to reach these goals. So with both of these cards, there is an energy of you're getting what it is that you're owed, you're getting what it is that you're due, and now you are reaping benefits from it. Now I feel like, there are people that are going to, they're going to hear your voice, they're going to see your face, they're going to have some kind of more personal interaction with you where it causes them to want to invest their time, their energy, their resources. But other people are going to be coming in to help you to expand. So expect some collaborations. Expect for your businesses to have opportunities where they can really grow and expand with having the right people in your corner, with having the right team, putting this idea and this vision together, assisting you in putting it together. And then you have the ace of sticks. So this is new communication. This is new ideas. This is new venturing. And anytime you have new ideas and that kind of thing, it's going to affect everything. So a lot of you could be also experiencing this year some environmental changes, whether it is because you have moved to a new city, maybe you've moved to a completely brand new space. I feel like to whatever degree, some of these things would not be things that you'd planned on prior to this year. But it's like with this new year, there's a new energy that becomes available. There's a new message, a new word, a new understanding that is received that allows you to move forward in a way where you are really treading some new waters, or you're on a new path, and not something that's completely and totally separate from yourself or from where you've been, but it's taking some of those same ideas, those same kind of or the wisdom from those same kind of lessons that you've been getting over and over again, and it's allowing you to be able to put it in something fresh, something new, something that really is going to give back to you and help to sustain this flow of your finances and making your life more ease filled, right? Now, some things that you may want to be mindful of. We have the Garden card upside down as well as the Ace of Coins. So you want to be mindful that you are keeping your business to yourself and you are minding your own business. Do not give in to the fear, the doubt, the haters, the side slick conversations. Don't give in to the drama, right? This is really a time for you to be focused on what it is that you're growing for yourself. I feel like there's going to be a lot of energy around giving to the self-love, self-care, focusing on elevating the self and moving yourself in a way that I feel, especially around like the self-love and the self-care that you give yourself is going to have a direct impact with the success of your career, of your finances that you experience this year. So this is going to be really important that you keep that energy to yourself. Understand that even if you love them, not everybody is in your corner, whether they realize it or not. And so you want to make sure that just like you would a baby, you are incubating that that new birthing, that new creation, until it's time for it to come and make its way out in the world. And then with the Ace of Coins, this is energy around making sure that you're being mindful of that. I feel like, scams and that kind of thing may be even more of an intense thing this year. So make sure that you are minding your money, you're minding your business. Even when we speak on financially, you're making sure that you are, you have everything you're supposed to have. And if you don't, that you're taking those necessary steps so that you can right that. And hold those accountable that should be held accountable. With this, though, there's also the energy of, with 2023, there's been this energy of things have been taken energetically or spiritually, whether it be because of the kind of people that you have around and their intention, whether it be because of, and I should say people that you know, or it could be people that you didn't know, that you haven't known, but there's been a lot of spiritual warfare going on. So there's going to be this energy on the light side where those things with that Six of Coins, those things are going to be being returned to you. Those things that, that maybe some of you didn't even realize you had. Some of you didn't even realize those were blessings and things that were on the way. And it doesn't mean that someone literally physically went in and robbed you, but it does mean that energetically, whether it be in their intention or whether it be literally someone doing work against you, spiritually or physically, that, there is going to be repayment, right? On the shadow, and again, it is the opposite of that. That would be theft. It would be the loss of new monies, new connections, new deals. It could also indicate that there could be issues in partnerships. Maybe you want to watch your contracts. I know the Two of Spades didn't come up in this, or not the Two of Spades, but the Two of Knives, and it typically talks about those kind of contracts and business dealings, but that energy is still present. So make sure that you're paying attention to those business dealings, your contracts, making sure that you're reading the fine print, making sure that you're understanding what it is that you're getting into, basically, and making sure that those people are in line, not just with, your integrity where your finances are concerned, but also your integrity where your values are concerned, right? This year we want to pick people to be in our lives who are really going to truly be there for us. And so this year, do not be afraid to call out a red flag. If you see a red flag, move on if you need to move on, but do not make excuses for people who are not willing to, or already in a space where they are honoring, right, those values that you have and their own values, right? Are they standing on what they say is true? If they're not, let them go. Okay, so now with just in terms of some more information, in terms of this year, what you're looking at, you have Bishop C.H. Manson, and he talks a lot about the process, following the rules. You do step A before you do step C. So I feel like there are going to be a lot of people who are beginning processes, starting new processes. This could also have to do with, on the shadow end, this could also have to do with people who had done things that may have been a little illegal or may have just not been in integrity or not been right. And so one way or another, they're going through the process, whether we're talking about spiritual kind of jail processing or whether we're talking about literal physical jail processing. But there is an energy of moving through a particular kind of process. So just kind of looking at the cards. So there's also an energy here where this new process may have something to do with like it has something to do with it's something that will cause your life to change. So we could be talking about marriage. We could be talking about setting up for children or preparing for a child. We could be talking about some new kind of business structure or some kind of legal situation. We could be talking about choosing to either mold yourself into the crowd that you're in, or you are standing out, you're standing on your own, you're not blending into what would be the normal or look, like the rest of society. So you could be challenging some things in terms of some of those rules as well. Maybe you are someone who is this time period, you're needing to break some of those rules. Maybe you're needing to get out of your usual pattern. But it definitely feels like it's also tied to an ending. So there is tied to this transformation. As you close out this year in 2023, there's an ending that's taking place. And it's really pushing you to step into a new way of being within yourself. So however it is that you're moving forward with your own new process. But I feel like for many of you all are also shifting or changing that process. You're breaking some of those rules, or you're changing some of those rules, or just shifting how it is that you're moving day by day. Now you also have the Three of Knives and the Son of Knives upside down. Three of Knives can talk about, things getting better, healing, that kind of energy. But the Three of Knives also carries that energy very similar to a Three of Spade. And the Three of Spade can talk about hexes, curses, that kind of thing. And then the Son of Knives can talk about fighting. It can talk about two energies coming to a head, right? And there being a decision that ends up being made because of whatever takes place at that point. So this could be things, things that's needing to be said, things that's needing to be done. You're reaching that crescendo. You're coming to that point where everything after that moment changes and it never goes back to being what it used to be. So again, these new kind of energies, these new paths, these new processes that you all are beginning, that we're all beginning. And then some old things that are being left behind. I feel like though, and I'm looking at this Eight of Sticks as well. And there's this energy of like, people are being held to account in terms of their integrity, right? So if they have been moving in ill ways, if they have been moving against people that do not deserve that treatment, or, they've been doing things to cause someone to not reach whatever goal it is or whatever their potential is, I feel like that karma, that energy is going to be coming back around very quickly, very swiftly. And there is a processing that's happening in there. So either way, the scales are evening out and things are known. It feels like there is this energy of everything that was hidden is now in the light. And so now is a time where you move forward or you don't. But with the Eight of Sticks as well, there's also going to be some financial things happening for you. There's going to be messages coming in very quickly. You're going to be able to navigate your way through. Communication will be very strong. You all may be finding that your intuition is a lot stronger this year. just in tuning into different things, and also being aware, having had certain experiences that opened you up to being able to recognize particular energies when they showed themselves. And so you're able to move differently than you would have before. You're not as green. You've been through some kind of battle, some kind of thing that toughened your skin, that allowed you to be able to see things for what they really were, instead of being lost in La La Land, or because the 8 can be very firm, very sure, very stable. And so the shadow side of that would be not being in that same place. And so mentally, emotionally needing to hold yourself in a very grounded energy as you move forward. And then making sure that if you haven't, get you an activity that really helps you to ground yourself, because those energies are going to be very important as you're moving forward. And as you are relying on your intuitive senses to guide you and to help you to tap into source. Now this card, and you know what? I said that the Two of Knives did not show up, and the Two of Knives actually did show up. So you have this energy of the Two of Knives, right? And some of that story with the Two of Knives is that her spiritual eyes were supposed to be gouged out, and so she almost as though there was something that was taken from her. There was something that was done to stunt her ability to move forward. Right. And yet at the same time, this card comes with a lot of intensity, because even with this energy, she's still present. She's still there. She's still moving forward, and she's not allowing herself she's not allowing herself to be hindered by that perceived or that intended lack of sight. Right. But I'm also feeling like, once again, there's some deals or some opportunities that are going to be coming. I'm hearing, think and watch before you sign your name on the dotted line. So that might be tied to like that scamming energy too. Just make sure that you are reading over your paperwork. Make sure that you're understanding what it is that you're signing, and you're not getting involved with anything that may not pan out the way that you intended it to. But there are going to be a lot of opportunities that come. There's going to be a lot of growth. And I also feel like there's a certain kind of internal strength and fortitude that this particular Two of Knives has. And then a traditional deck, she would be the Two of Swords. But there's this energy of, she has gone through that fire. She is not a victim. She is not in a desperate situation. She is honing the power and the skills that she has that no one can take from her. And so it's like you're moving forward from these experiences that you had, where you had people and things just wanting to basically tear you down. You're moving past that, things that maybe at one point in time you wouldn't have believed that you would have made it through it. Maybe you've gone through things where you didn't feel like you would make it through it in that moment, right? But you're on the other side of this, and it's like that resilience, that determination, that unwillingness to sit down and give up. That energy is like, it's culminating into this creation of things for you moving forward, things that you've been working really hard for. But it's also got this bull kind of energy that's like, I'm not stopping, I'm moving forward, and there's nothing that's going to get in my way. And if it does, it'll probably get mowed down, right? So there is a really strong, very powerful, very assured energy that's present here with this Two of Knives after the Eight of Sticks. So then you have the ancestors and you have the grandchildren. Ancestors card is the death card. So there's a transformation that's taking place as well. And we've seen it, right? We've talked about this transformation. But they're also wanting you to know that things are going to be good. Things are going to be okay. You are building something here. It's like all these coins, all these monies, all these contracts, all these things coming in, these opportunities are building a new foundation for you. It's like you took an unexpected left turn. As we come into the beginning of this, year, you either are, or you're about to, or you just did take kind of like a left turn. And so where you thought you were going, and most especially feels like where others thought you were going, you're not going. It's like all along there was this other plan, right? And you just needed to get to this point, and then wham, right? You're going in this other direction, and you've been gaining the things necessary to create or to solidify a firm foundation for what it is that you're really growing. And then you have this Nine of Baskets. This Nine of Baskets is all about creature comforts, having the luxuries and the things that you desire in your life. And there's a certain kind of ease, there's a certain kind of stability that comes from this energy. And so what you're creating will lead into you being able to then pass it down generationally, or share that wealth, or build that wealth in ways that, like, it feels like it's touching multiple or really large groups of people, right? Like, you're touching a lot of people with whatever it is that you're doing, with whatever it is that this direction is. It's like you're shifting things. And I also feel like you are kind of, I was gonna say, like, taking off webbing, but it's like this energy of like you've ended something. So you're like you're taking that off, and in that you are shedding old generational curses, old generational energies that no longer served you. And that's part of why this time has been so difficult, because it's been like that final finale, like that final fight, right? And you go up against the biggest boss, and those were those energies, right, that you were needing to deal with this year, and also gain the necessary things required so that you don't have those same interactions with those same entities and energies as you move forward. It's like all along, even though you may have experienced most of the what may have felt like the impact, right, of some of these ups and downs, or, depending on what's been going on, maybe they felt all like downs. But you're in this space where you're feeling this, and all the while there's been another energy working up underneath you to move things along and to help you to get to this particular point. Because when you get from this to this particular point, it's like it takes off. There's an energy of something opening up and transforming that you never knew was there. It's like if you had a garden and you planted all strawberry seeds, the next thing you know, wham, a pumpkin pops up, and you're like, where did this come from? But what you didn't know was all that time that you were busy getting your strawberry plants together, now this pumpkin plant has popped up because maybe the seed got dropped accidentally at some point. Or, maybe one of your children went and put it in the ground wanting to be helpful. And you didn't know that you were going to have more than strawberries come harvest time. You're going to have an entire pumpkin patch. And so it changes some of the direction. Now you have some new things to do stuff with. You have some new ideas you can come up with. Maybe you can give some away. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of growth that transforms everything, and it opens up doors that allow for you to take an unexpected left turn, right? And so this doesn't feel like this is a negative energy. It feels like you're going to be right where you're supposed to be. You've been right where you need to be, as difficult as it may have been. But you're in a space now where things are going to be blooming for you in a different way. And I feel like there's going to be a need to take it slow in certain ways, because you are coming out of such an intense energy, and you want to make sure that you give yourself time to see it and to feel it and to move in it in ways that really honor where it is that you truly are now. Okay. So that is going to be it for the year. Again, if you all want a personal reading to see what these kind of energies look like in your life personally, maybe, again, you're dealing with something, you got something going on, or maybe you are looking forward to something happening and you just want some more insight, make sure that you send me an email. My email and my phone number is down below. So if you want to send a text message, that's the easiest way to reach me on my number. Or you can send an email and I'll get back with you. If you got something from this reading and you want to speak on it, definitely leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you have something more personal, you can email it to me. So yeah, this is going to be really, really good. I'm really excited about this year. I think that it's going to be a really beautiful turnaround for a lot of beautiful seeds that had not seen the sunlight yet. So, or at least not in the ways that they had dreamed of. So stay tuned, because it's gonna get good. It's gonna get really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you can find out when I post again. Thank you all. Enjoy your new year. Bye.